Ah, it's not finally, right? Yo,
Yeah,
it's not Sunday. I'm not going to discuss health and wellness right now, but I'm pretty pissed. I'm salty. I'm salty at Canelo. Yo, shout out to the LDBC. Yo, this is my boy Joey Kidd. All right, that's my man.
What's up, boys and girls?
Yeah, man. And you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and let you cook on this Canelo thing, man. We've been talking. Go ahead and cook, brother. You go ahead, man. You got the floor. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
I'm gonna surprise you.
Go ahead, talk to me.
I don't like his choice of opponents a lot of the time. I wasn't fond of this, another 30-something-year-old. I wasn't fond of the fact that he never gave him any chance to recover from the Yardy fight, which he was almost knocked out in the 8th round.
Mm-hmm.
He basically had 10 weeks between that fight and this fight. That's not recovery time for someone who's been getting punched in the head.
Mm-hmm.
As many times as Kovalev got hit, and he actually, he got beat up to the body in that round a lot. I don't know how he found the second wind and won that fight, but whatever. He's an older guy. He had no time to recover, and then you throw in a rehydration clause, and everybody's saying the same things. Here we go again with Canelo. Here's the fuckery. Here's all the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And I agreed. I didn't like those things. I especially did not like the fact that they would not budge on the date. On top of the fact that, the UFC was doing their UFC 244 that night, and Oscar was told by Dana White, don't go on that night. And he does anyway, and it's a fight that was not promoted at all. There was zero promotion. I know me and you talked about billboards and shit, about AJ and Ruiz. But, maybe the week of the fight, I did see a lot. And I went to the fight, and I saw billboards outside of Madison Square Garden. The arena was packed that night. So it was promoted poorly up until the week of. This had nothing. I saw nothing about this fight. I have friends that are casual boxing fans, and every now and then when Canelo fights or somebody big will fight, they would let me know. Like, oh, where you going? Where you going to watch the fight? I actually missed the fight because I had a wedding, and I didn't watch it until Monday.
Right.
So I already knew what happened, So with all the things that, Canelo used, aside from $12 million, to get Kovalev to agree to this, all the fixed fight stuff, I'm throwing that out the window.
Okay.
And there's a couple of reasons. You can hear McGirt in the corner saying, just don't forget about the right hand because he's waiting to counter you, and just throw the jab. And, they were winning rounds with the jab. I had it 5-5. I had it 5-5 by the time he got knocked out. And I know some people had Kovalev ahead. I know crazy people had Canelo ahead. I don't think he could have been ahead, but, whatever. During the fight, Brian Kenny mentions it was either him or Sergio Moore, but I think it was Brian Kenny. He mentions that Kovalev had jabs so much that he had a hard time keeping his left arm up driving home from training camp. Right? Do you remember that? So there's been so much talk about this being the game plan to jab Canelo, which is, first of all, it's stupid because Kathy Duva said you're not going to win on the cards against Canelo in Vegas. And then the most telling thing, aside from the talk in the corner when McGirt's telling Kovalev, keep it up, keep up the jab, this, that. He gets interviewed in the middle of the 10th round, right? By Claudia Trejas from DAZN. He gets interviewed from her, and she asked him, how does he think it's going, this and that. So he's telling her, well, we're still trying to find our rhythm. We're still trying to find out, dude, it's the 10th fucking round. It's the 10th round. There's only 2 rounds left. What were you? Is this Algieri? You're gonna unleash him out of the cage now after 9? So, and then he also said, she says, what do you think the judges, how the judges are viewing this? And he said, well, it's Vegas. They probably have him ahead by a couple of rounds, this and that. So I started thinking, and I've been on Facebook with this too. And I said, where was the urgency? What was this game plan? I have more of a problem with McGirt and Kovalev. And, you know, and not so much Kovalev. He is what he is, and he listened to his corner. And you know what? Sometimes when you're in the middle of a fight, and I've sparred, I've trained a little, and I've been in there. I haven't had a pro fight or even an amateur fight.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice, like, maybe there's a guy in your gym that you've seen him spar, and once you get in there, you know what he likes to do and what he doesn't like, and then you get in the ring, and all of a sudden with you, that doesn't work. So even if your corner's saying do this, do something different. You know, Kovalev didn't have a plan B because he was just relying on his corner, and his corner that was stupid. If I have to blame this on anything, I'm blaming the game plan, and I'm blaming the fact that Buddy McGirt put zero urgency on or any emphasis on it with Kovalev, you know, between each round, zero urgency whatsoever. And that's it. And then, you know, he was saying he was tired after 6. He looked okay after 6 to me. You know, maybe he didn't show it, and then he gets knocked out. You know, but I attribute that more to that part of it. I attribute to not having any time to recuperate from his last fight before this fight. And, you know, he was kind of forced into that. He didn't have, I mean, not forced. He was goaded into that with $12 million because most people are not going to turn that down. You know, there's a fuck it. Let me ask you a question. If someone offered you $12 million to fight someone at 147, you're not going to try to make the weight?
Shit. 12 million?
That's what I'm saying. See?
Kovalev didn't. I would take a flush right hand from Deontay Wilder for 12 million.
There you go. So,
but let me ask you a question. H. Khan, I'm gonna get to that. Did you see the Kathy Duva interview?
I didn't.
She said to my boy Fred from Barbershop Conversations, shout out to Fred. She said, win or lose, it was a lucrative deal. And then we find out that he signed a 3-fight deal with DAZN prior to the first fight even happening. Prior to their first fight even happening. So that got my wheels turning, man. Who the fuck is making these business decisions at DAZN?
You know, we talked about this. We talked about this with Golovkin.
Yeah,
right?
Yo, does Sergey Kovalev, is he going to bring new apps? Is he going to bring new applicants? If you want,
subscribe.
If he's going to bring new subs to that platform, Sergey Kovalev. I mean,
that performance.
At least with Triple G, yeah. I mean, come on. At least with Triple G, he has something to build on. We might get a third Canelo fight. I get that, but God damn it. What are you doing signing? What the fuck? Anyway, what are you doing signing? Yeah, we live. This, you know, gotta deal with that. What are you doing?
I can't see the comments, by the way. So if someone has a good question,
I'm waiting on Rob Stewart salute. Oh, Mike Biggs, my brother, was good. E. Woodson was good. CB Sports TV was good, family. JC H. Khan was good. Yeah, we got a good amount of brothers in here. Okay. Yeah, I don't mean to go live. I know BFTB is live. I know he's live, and there's no way I can't even step on a brother, but it's hard for me and Joey to get up with one another. So I had to do this now. This is my day off. I had to do this now. So I ain't trying to, step on BFTB.
Blame me. And we should have did this shit an hour ago, by the way. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Actually, blame him. No, blame him. I
was on an important call. Yeah, Tony Boswell was good. Yeah, but that kind of like made me think. I said they signed this lucrative deal, 3-fight deal. What Brainiac signed? Unless they said, okay,
did he get a $36 million 3-fight deal? Is that what he got?
I don't know.
Is it $12 million a fight?
She wouldn't discuss the numbers. She wouldn't discuss the numbers, which is fair. So
me and you talked about this though.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about this with Golovkin? So he had his
Expert Genius was good, brother. I see you, family. Go ahead.
He had his showcase fight with Steve Rolls to try to show like it's still the old Golovkin. Mm-hmm. And then he has a fight with Derevenchenko, and he looks like and old Golovkin. Now you're stuck with him for 4 fights, right? You got him for 4 more. You got Kovalev for 2 more. I don't know what, Anthony Joshua doesn't have a deal with them, but if he gets rolled up December 7th, what do you do with him? Like, the only investment that you made is semi-wise is, for a big name fighter is Canelo, because at least he gets people to watch. I know they signed Andrade, they signed Billy Joe Saunders, they signed a good number of fighters,
right.
But are we jumping out of our seats for Billy Joe Saunders? No. If he was fighting Andrade, we would. If Andrade was fighting Canelo, we would. But you need a dance partner, and that was the one thing. Like we were just talking a little bit about Floyd, right, before we started, and Floyd always made sure he had a hot name and a dance partner, whether you like the fight or not. It was the hot name. It was he always picked a dance partner that got people interested.
Yo, Rome from Far Rock, I see you, brother. E. Woodson was good. Yo, H-Con, yeah. He said Kovalev and Ward only did 150,000 pay-per-view buys. You know what I mean? So,
I think the second one was worse.
Yeah,
I think it was only like 120.
Yeah, I think it was worse.
Yeah,
I think it was worse.
It was.
So where is the return on investment in Kovalev? And I'm not a business expert, but I can count. And if it makes dollars, it makes sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. They paid him to be a fall guy.
All right, so let's say they did, right? Let's say they can make a fight with him and Billy Joe Saunders. It's watchable. You could watch that.
Yeah.
That I don't know if it's worth the $12 million you're paying Kovalev and whatever you're giving Billy Joe Saunders, but it's a decent fight at least. You would think. Or if they're gonna pool their money and say we're gonna make Golovkin go up and fight Kovalev, because I brought that up. Like if people shitted on Canelo for picking this, right? Like an old guy whatever. If Golovkin was fighting him, would that have been considered a better fight?
Depends. Depends.
All I say is at least they're the same age. That's all I'm saying. That was my whole argument behind that. At least they're the same age. Like when Canelo's 8-9 years younger than the guy all the time, that's why he gets a lot of shit.
Was the second? Yeah, that's a good. Was the first Ward Kovalev was on regular? It was on regular HBO.
They were both pay-per-view.
They were both pay-per-view?
Yeah, I think the first one did like 150. The second one did about 115, 120.
Oh, God.
I could check. Yeah. We're live. You could say what's up to everybody in Queens. What's up?
Anybody in Queens, what's up, man? Bronx on deck, Queens on deck. This is my brother Joey, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy, he's a fanatic like us, man. He's a fanatic like us, man.
It is what it
Jeffrey
is.
Thompson, what's good, fam? Queens on deck too. That's what I'm talking about. Man. Yeah, man. But I want you to dig into what we was talking about, really the issues that we have with Canelo.
You mean this goes back to your first podcast, which was the dark one. There was no video. That was the legacy padding. The legacy padding.
I got a problem.
But this kind of goes into everything I was saying about him.
Brooklyn Child on deck was good. Go ahead.
The opponents selected are names. They're the big name there, and it's useless to do it now because you're on this 11 fight deal where you're getting $35 million a fight. I don't see the point in selecting a bum or whatever, because or maybe that's the point behind it. You select someone you can beat because you're getting $35 million. Why should I fight anybody worth anything? I'm getting $35 million anyway. So that could be the thought process behind it, and people might think like me or like you, or maybe even have a different thought about how Canelo goes about this, or how Golden Boy goes about selecting opponents for him, and they don't like it. They don't like that. It's Floyd's been accused of this, and this is a lot of people would say this is Floyd 2.0. The same type of I need the Mexican dates, and at least he's Mexican, but still, it's like you're on this like Floyd did that shit at the end of his career. He was on a retirement schedule. I understand that.
Yeah.
He got a deal with Showtime. He got his $240 million from Showtime, and he fought twice a year. He fought in the most popular times. Canelo needs a Mexican date for what now? He's not selling pay-per-views.
He's not.
What do you need those dates for? Why would you need a Mexican date if the Mexican population loves him like they should, and they don't? But if they loved him like he should, every time he fights should be a fucking holiday. Why would he need Mexican dates? Come on, that's nonsense.
It's bullshit, man. It's complete bullshit.
But he didn't do it this time. He didn't do it this time, and there was a reason, and I think the reason was so that he can get Canelo. I mean, he can get Kovalev coming up short right after one fight, get him right into another fight. And they overpaid him. They overpaid him for $12 million. They overpaid him, and they got what they want. They got him to agree to fighting in 10 weeks. He's already old, and they got him to submit to this rehydration clause too. Something he hasn't done in 3 years since he defended the IBF. Dude, you're getting upset about this? Like,
no, because it's the same old. It's the same old. We've seen this shit,
but right. So this reaction is like, dude, we're not used to this.
I mean, if you don't like it in the butt, if you get it in the butt, you gotta like it the second time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no. Come on, man, get out of here. I can't stand this. This is crazy. Ack Reacher, Harlem on deck. What's good, family?
All right, you ready? First Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, 165,000.
That was the first one. How the fuck does a rematch do worse?
Because they kind of. The second one is 135. I knew it did worse. 135.
Oh my God. 135. 135. You said.
135,000 for the second, 165 for the first. Look, Ward never sold. I went to Ward and Frotch. It was the final of the Super Six. There was 5,000 people in Atlantic City. That's it, and most of them were Frotch fans. Believe it or not, it was. He never sold,
Yeah,
but
man.
Ward knew every trick in the book. He was like a younger version of B-Hop to me. He just knew when he had to get dirty, he did. When he knew how to box, he could for the most part take a punch, except for that Kovalev right that he took in the first fight. But other than that, it was hard to put him down. He knew how to fight, man. He just didn't appeal to the public like that. He's getting better at announcing. I didn't like him at first, but he is getting better.
I got my own little personal shit with Ward and Tim Bradley, but that's another topic. You already know how I'm coming with that, man. But
well, that's when they sit there and they let them like pump up, like when they pump up Loma and Ward and Bradley
and everybody's winning a Deontay Wilder fight, until they get dropped. You know what I'm saying? Wilder ain't winning no rounds. I ain't want to get on that.
I want to poke the bear a little bit. You ready?
Go ahead, bro. King Louis was good. Jeff Thompson was good. Lowland Profits was good, family.
Okay.
I see y'all, family.
So I'm trying to piss everybody off now.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I know. Go ahead.
Okay. So a lot of people thought it was FUX, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who is the better welterweight? Kell Brook or Mikey Garcia? Come on. Jeopardy music, please.
You really do? Yeah.
Who's the better welterweight? Kell Brook or Mikey Garcia?
Kell Brook. But I know what you're going to say, but go ahead. Kell Brook is a better welterweight. Go ahead, though.
So if Errol Spence can fly to London or England, or wherever the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in Nottingham or some shit where Robin Hood was from.
Uh-huh.
Errol Spence can fly there, whoop his ass, break his face,
Mm-hmm.
but he's home in AT&T Stadium in Dallas, and all he does is just happily box to a friendly 12-round, mind you, a shutout, 12-0.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't knock Mikey out, and people aren't fishy about that fight? Would you say that Mikey was that much more elite, even though he's smaller? He's that much more elite than Kell Brook? Because you just said Kell Brook was a better welterweight.
Okay, but do you think that Earl was trying to knock him out?
I was trying to walk you into that right hand. You know?
you think that Earl carried that guy? You think he tried to get Mikey out of there? Boxing and barbecue was good. Donald, the 64-year-old G, was good, family.
I don't think he tried to get him out of there, and that's why it looks fishy.
It looked fishy to you?
How do you not knock Mikey out?
I mean, everyone was saying that Mike was going to outbox him. So
yeah, they were also buying fucking heroin earlier in the week.
Oh shit!
Errol's gonna outbox. I mean, he's gonna. Come on. Now, I can understand the outbox part, and that's the part that surprised me about Errol. He showed boxing skills. He wasn't just in there to slug like everybody thought. But there was no way Mikey was gonna outbox him, because if that were the case, let's say Errol was just a slugger, and he got caught with something by Errol, that shit would have ended in round 2. He would have like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay and protect. Now,
listen, I think Errol, boxing and barbecue, that's my boy. I think he hit it right on the head. I think he wanted to show people, because all we kept hearing was Mikey could win this fight by boxing.
I didn't hear that from a lot of people, but I did hear it.
Punish him, in my opinion.
And I told everyone that said that. And there were people in one of the Facebook groups we're in together in the Fight Vault. There's a couple guys in there, and there's another group that I'm also with. I'm actually in the Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez podcast, right. And they're all friends with Mikey, so I understood them saying, "No, but Mikey's got a chance." And I said, "You are all on crack, all of you."
Yeah. Jeffrey Thompson, he said, "I'm just dying to see if Andre Ward gets a big bag offer to fight Canelo. Will he be with it or throw them knuckles?" Nah, you know what? Ward needs to sit his ass down somewhere and just do another Creed movie.
Well, if Ward does get the chance, if they gave Kovalev $12 million, you better give Andre 20. You better give Andre 20.
And you know what? Canelo don't take that fight, man. Because he ain't fucking say it. He didn't say it, man. Canelo don't take that fight.
Well, you know what? That's fine, though. Why call out the retired guy? And I know they've done it to Floyd.
Well, he got 6 fights left, right? Canelo?
You know what? No.
How many fights he got left?
That's his third, so he's got 8 more.
He got 8 fights left. Now, off the top of your head, from 175.
It was Rocky Fielding, it was Jacobs, and it was this. That's 3. Okay, I think it's an 11-fight deal.
Okay, so now we got Bivol, Beterbiev. Yep. So now let's go to 168. Yep. Who's at 168?
Callum Smith.
Oh, shit. Who else?
That fucking bum from the UK. What's his face?
Which one?
I'm not gonna make fun of all of them. Let's see. Who is it?
Put it like this, y'all. I'm gonna jump around.
Super middle. No, I got it right here. Chris Eubank Jr., Billy Joe Saunders. That's the one I want.
He ain't fighting him.
Why?
Because he got 2 good foot movement. He ain't gonna fight that guy. He knows what he's doing.
To me, that's the fight that gives Canelo a lot of problems.
The same reason Floyd Mayweather ain't fight Vernon Forrest. Bang.
Billy Joe Saunders has the feet and the hand speed, and being slick southpaw, has everything he has can give Canelo way more problems than someone like Trout did and like Lara did. and everybody thinks that Canelo lost those fights too. I think he beat Lara. I thought Trout beat him though. And I think Billy Joe Saunders, and I hate Billy Joe Saunders. He's a fucking douchebag. But I think he gives Canelo a lot of problems.
Of course. What about Caleb Plant?
If guys have to, these bigger guys like these guys or anybody at 75, these bigger guys have to know you can't go in there with the idea of I'm just going to outbox him. Maybe Billy Joe Saunders could, because I think he's not really a KO artist and he really can box. Mm-hmm. He could really like box circles around a lot of guys.
Right.
And if Canelo has one of them flat-footed nights, Billy Joe Saunders can win that fight. The other big guys, the Callum Smiths, the Better Bees, the Bivels, they got to go in there and saying, I'm not going to go into deep water because I'm going to try to blow you out in 3 or 4 rounds.
Right.
Use your size, use your strength, use all of that. Right. That's what Kovalev didn't do. The only smart thing
that's what he didn't do. Now, here's my question: why the fuck didn't he do it?
Because his corner was telling him to do it, and that's why I said this is why I said it wasn't fixed, or why I think it wasn't fixed. Because his corner was telling him to do that, number one. And if the announcers are saying, the game plan was to jab, he threw so many jabs, he couldn't grab the steering wheel on the right. He couldn't lift his left arm to grab the steering wheel. So you're telling me that Brian Kenny and Sergio Mora are in on fix too?
So this is the first time in the history of man that he decided to listen to his corner, and his corner fucked him.
I guess.
This is
maybe he got sick of not listening to John David Jackson.
He picked the wrong fight to do that shit in, man. Because in the first 3 rounds, I was looking like he ain't gonna throw that right hand at all. And I just sat back and folded my arms and I said, you know what? I don't want to say it, man. I don't want to say it till it's over. How do you not?
By the way, just so you know, on BoxRec, you ready? Everybody ready to go crazy? 1, 2,
let's get
3.
It.
At BoxRec. Rank number 1 is Saul Alvarez.
On what?
At 175.
Yo, chat.
Not
kidding. You hear what he just said?
Hold that thought.
Yeah. I'm talking to the chat right now. I was just informed. I mean, we know BoxRec ain't shit.
We're actually live on.
They're only accurate for who won and who lost. They have him ranked. They have Canelo ranked number 1 at 175. Lowland Profits. Put your comment right here. All right. Yo, Joey, let's talk about fuck that. Let's talk about something else.
I knew I was gonna fuck you guys up. I knew it.
Let's talk about something else. Let's just forget that Canelo gained 20 pounds of pure muscle in 3 fucking months.
Now I can see that. Canelo. Were they tested for this?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
God.
I don't think so either.
This is like I'm in the twilight zone and I can't get out. It's like crazy.
He's ranked number 1 pound for pound, but he's also ranked number 1 at 175. And everybody said he picked the worst champion at 175. I'm not even gonna knock that. You know what? Right. Your first trip to a new weight class and you fight a title fight and you pick the worst of the champions.
Because he's a franchise champion.
Wait a minute. Time out. Bud Crawford did the same thing.
Now, what are the WBC?
He went from 40. He went from 40 to 47, and he beat up Jeff Horn, and that's definitely the worst champion at 47.
Well, we know what belt did Jeff Horn have? He had the WBO, right?
Right.
Who owns WBO? Bob Arum. Now, where's it in the rules where forget which sanctioning body, like Usyk has all those belts. He cleaned out his division
at cruiser.
At cruiser. So now, as soon as he comes up at heavyweight, he has carte blanche. I forget at which sanctioning body though, where he can just automatically jump up and get a title shot directly if he wants to. Is it the WBO? I believe is it not the WBO?
He's already the mandatory for the WBO.
because of what he did down south.
Well, he had one fight. I mean, it doesn't take long to look. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on BoxRec. I'm on heavyweights. What do you think he's ranked? He just got there 5 minutes ago.
Number one. Where?
No, don't be silly. Don't be silly.
But wait,
heavyweight.
At heavyweight? Okay. Well, what is he?
Just think. Just take a guess. Guess who's there, and just where do you think he fits in? Yeah, I agree. Far Rock, fuck BoxRec, because they have a point system to do this all stupid shit.
Yeah,
that's
stupid.
why they're look. It's a good reference point. BoxRec is good for some things. Their ranking system is retarded. He's ranked 4th. He's ranked ahead of Tyson Fury.
You see? You see? How the fuck?
That's why this shit is a joke. But it will piss you off, and it makes for a better podcast.
Wait. He's ranked ahead of Tyson Fury. You just said?
It's Andy Ruiz, which I understand.
Okay.
Deontay.
Uh-huh.
Then Joshua with no belts and a loss. Then Usyk, and then Tyson Fury.
But they want to beat us in the head with this lineal shit. I thought that meant something. So does it mean something or dumb?
It doesn't mean anything, and it obviously doesn't mean anything to BoxRec either. But that's a mythical title.
You see how easy it is for casuals to get fucking confused and think they'll go to BoxRec and think they can have a fucking conversation with us.
If there was a casual watching this podcast, they would have left 20 minutes ago.
You're right.
They're like, this is too much for me. Fuck this.
It's too much. You ever tried to explain to anybody who the real heavyweight champion in the world is?
Yeah, but I need a lot of alcohol to do it. This is only my first thing.
Yo, I don't even bother anymore. Someone come to me like, yo, who's the heavyweight champion in the world? I'll say Deontay Wilder. They say, okay. Then they get on their phone. They're like, well, who's this? You see a picture of Andy Ruiz, and he got 3 belts.
He's got 3 belts.
He got 3 belts, and he got 1. So who's the champion? Oh, well, he beat AJ and got those belts. Oh, well, who's AJ? Okay, so wasn't he the guy? No. Well, who's this Tyson Fury guy?
What does that teach you? It teaches you to not discuss boxing with casuals.
Yeah, what's a lineal champion? Then you got to fucking go, man. And there's no connection between. Oh God, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. It's too much, man. It's too much. I'm fighting.
When you get frustrated, it's really funny.
I can't, man. I can't. This is fucking insane. But you know what I want you to cook on? Canelo's competition and their age. I'm gonna give you the floor, man. Go in.
All right. I'm going back to his career.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I ever saw Saul was Jose Miguel Cotto fight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he got dropped in that fight, but maybe he was just hurt badly.
Yeah.
He fought Valdemir, who was Valdemir was old when Floyd fought him, which was about 140 years before Canelo fought him.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Matthew Hatton, which is Ricky Hatton's brother.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Ryan Rhodes, was older too. Ryan Rhodes was an old guy. Alfonso Gomez was over 30. He was a mess too. Kermit Sintrom, I believe, was over 30. Shane Mosley, that fight was a joke. He dragged up Lopez, Josecito.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Austin Trout, who had a good fight with Cotto. And then I thought Trout beat Canelo. And that was that stupid ass night in San Antonio when they had open scoring. Canelo knew he didn't have to step on the gas because the judges had him ahead, which was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And people that went to that fight didn't know about the open scoring, or they knew about it, but they couldn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them had Trout ahead, because I know at least 2 people that went to that fight. He fought Floyd and lost. He fought Alfredo Angulo, and that was a catchweight that Canelo asked for. I think that might have been his first 155 fight. Then he fought Lara, Kirkland, and we know the story behind both of those. A lot of people think Lara won. And right. James Kirkland hadn't fought in a year and a half, 2 years, and came in without Ann Wolfe.
Without Ann Wolfe, right.
He was jack shit without Ann Wolfe.
Yeah.
He fought Cotto. That was an old Cotto, and most people say that was his best win. Unless you count the loss to Floyd, that could have been his best win too. Amir Khan, next. Liam Smith, next. Mm-hmm. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was also over 30, and he's been a disaster and just failed a drug test.
Yeah.
Or no, he didn't fail. I'm sorry,
Shocker.
he missed the drug test, and I think just like
He's
I
gonna
think
fail the fucking
Jamal,
drug test. Yeah.
he missed the drug test because he was going to fail it, And but I mean, other guys, Jamal Charlo missed the drug test too once.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just say he was automatically guilty. But this is Chavez Jr. So I had him losing to Golovkin the first time. The second time could have went either way. If you would have called it a draw, I was fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
He's also 36, 37 years old. Rocky fucking Fielding, say whatever you want. I'm not going to kill the fight, and here's why. That was his first fight on the zone.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a showcase fight. This is our new boy. This is the face of our product here. And they did the same thing with Golovkin with Steve Rolls. They did the same thing with Tyson Fury when he fought the first bum on ESPN. I don't know what the need for the second bum was. Then Jacobs and Kovalev, and they're both over 30 also. I think if you go back, there was about 15 fighters that Canelo has fought that are over the age of 30. I had named a handful in his last, in the last decade worth of fights.
Right.
And those are the ones that are most meaningful because he had only fought in the U.S. twice before the Jose Cotto fight, and those fights are guys you never heard of. No one's ever heard of. I mean, you got to be a real junkie to know those guys. So
no one give a fuck about those guys either.
I could give you the names, and you would have no idea who they were.
No,
they might both. They're both driving Uber now, from what I heard. No, I'm just kidding. But so that's probably the biggest knock. And then when you throw in the making up the own weight class or the catch weight, like with Chavez Jr., he dragged him down to 164 and a half. There's always some stipulation with Canelo. He's had 3 fights in a row where he's had a rehydration clause. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Three in a row. Kovalev, Jacobs, and Jacobs is smart though. He said, "Fuck you," and he blew right past it. And he came in about almost 4 pounds over.
Yeah, he didn't feel about money.
The Rocky Fielding fight, you go up a weight class. The guy's a regular champion. The belt doesn't even count. It was like when Pacquiao beat Matisse.
Right.
Like that belt mattered. That bullshit WBA that didn't matter, and neither does this. But they were pumping all that shit up like you showed on that picture and the post you made about him holding 3 titles in 3 different weight classes at the same time. You're counting that bullshit belt you got from Rocky Fielding. What was that? That was the WBA. It's and right here on BoxRec, and let's go back to Far Rock. Yeah, fuck BoxRec. World Boxing Association World Super Middle title. No, it wasn't.
What was it?
It's the interim title is what it was. And probably because Canelo won, they just said, "Oh well, we'll make it the big one now." Get the fuck out of here. There's so much fuckery in his career. I'm not gonna kill him for the Kovalev fight. I think that was all on them. Don't take the fight on short notice. Don't do that then.
There was a lot of shit with that, man. But
he's had so much shit. Come on. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Golovkin. They didn't like Abel Sanchez. He won the first fight. He won the first fight 8-4. I watched it 3 times. I sat there and studied it and scored it, and I said, "There's no way Canelo got a draw. There's no way."
Well,
even if I gave Canelo one more round, 7-5, maybe.
Well, I can openly admit my bias. But first of all, I took the draw. I watched that fight a few times. I took the draw.
Mike Biggs is saying that Canelo's not going to fight anybody that moves and boxes, and that would be Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, Saunders and
a guy that's naturally bigger than him. Maybe he won't fight. Maybe he won't fight that someone that's not willing to to bend to everything that he asked for, like the catch weights and the rehydration and all the nonsense. Or he's going to have to overpay those guys by so much. But he did with Canelo with Kovalev, and he still got what he got. He still got the belt and he still got the W. I just wish that guys wouldn't give. You're going to come up and fight me, and I'm the champ up here, and you're coming up here to. And I gotta bend to you're making your own rules, and I gotta bend to it. I don't like that. Sorry.
It's the way of the world, man. This is what we dealing with.
And the problem is,
Of course, man.
They can overpay to get what they want and put you in a compromising position and get you to agree to rehydrations and catch weights and all this bullshit.
What do you think Manny Pacquiao did with Miguel Cotto?
It was 2 pounds, and you know what? I'll tell you something. I was talking about this earlier today. If a guy doesn't complain after the fight, if he said 145 is fine, then 145 is fine.
That's it.
What if Floyd fought Marquez at 144? Marquez didn't complain after he lost. Okay, don't bitch about the catch weight. If the guy that was in the ring lost and didn't complain about the catch weight, how are the fans complaining about the catch weight?
When you hate the other fighter,
I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's just being honest. I mean, Floyd couldn't make 145.
Yeah, but doesn't it happen to Canelo at this point now?
He gave Marquez a bag. I forgot how much it was. It was a couple million.
Canelo inherited all of Floyd's hate. He did.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Because fans are so split. Fans are so split on Floyd and Manny, and I think almost all of those fans all hate Canelo, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rock and a hard place, man, with this fight, because I ain't like how Canelo's moving, and I can't stand Kovalev for other reasons. I'm not even going to hold you on that, man. I don't like outside the ring shit. So, and it was the same thing. Let me say this about Golovkin.
Yes, H-Con, Callum is the real 168.
Real 168, yeah, he is. Right. He is.
So you don't have to fight him, but yet BoxRec will put you number one over a guy. Oh, well, I'm sorry. That's the wrong weight class. My bad. They put him over Bivol. They put him over Beterbiev. They put him over Elidir Alvarez, who also knocked out Sergey Kovalev first and is a true 175-pound fighter. They put him over Gvozdyk, who lost to one of the other top fighters. Whatever.
Yo, man.
BoxRec is good to start fucking arguments. That's all it's good for.
Wait, H-Con, yeah, he did. You know what? H-Con, he said he did complain. He said, see, the thing is, he complained after the fact, though. I don't complain with the Manny Pacquiao. He did, but he complained after the fact. He agreed to it, but he complained. There was a lot of shit wrong because Cotto was a champion. Manny was just coming up, and he was made to abide to Manny's rules as if Manny was the fucking champion, and that was all. Wait,
did Cotto put a catch weight on him and Sergio?
He did. That's why he removed his. But that was a couple of years later. That
was 2014. That was 5 years later.
It was years later. So he was just playing the game that everyone else been playing. Well, Cali was good. Cali, he said Jamal Charlo and Jamel Charlo missed the test because they were at an award. Oh, I forgot about that.
That doesn't matter.
No, they were at the ESPYs.
It doesn't matter where they are.
Was that body tested?
I don't know.
That was I think they.
It doesn't.
Showing up to your house, showing up to the gym.
It doesn't matter where you are. You're supposed to be available.
It's the rules. I mean, but
the rules are the rules.
But you know what? They didn't duck the test like how Chavez ducked the test, and plus Chavez has a history of.
If they were at the ESPYs, I understand that.
Right.
So yeah, they're supposed to be available, but I get it. Chavez Jr. ducked because he sucks and he's probably doing something. Yeah, I'm not accusing Charlo of doing something. They missed it. Right. It falls under the same category as Chavez Jr. Unfortunately,
it's the rules.
But
rule.
If you're looking from the outside in, you just say they both missed the test. If you're on the inside and you watch the sport and you pay attention to all the nonsense, you would say Charlo's fine. This motherfucker's always dirty. If he's not doing PEDs, he's smoking weed, he's doing coke, or whatever he's doing. So he doesn't get the benefit of doubt. I'll give Charlo the benefit of doubt. He fucked up though. You got to be available. That's the rule.
Yeah. It's like in the NBA. The rule is if your team on the floor starts fist fighting, you can't leave the bench under any circumstances.
Leave the bench.
And there was when that rule first went into place, fights were breaking out, and there was cats like had 1 foot on the line, and they were getting 2-day suspensions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I wasn't gonna run out there. I just had my foot on the line.
Didn't that start because of the Knicks and the
It's
Heat
always
in
a
the playoffs?
fucking Knicks in the play. It was the Knicks and Pacers.
No, I think it was the Heat when Jeff Van Gundy was getting dragged on the floor when he was holding onto Alonzo's leg.
Remember that shit? Oh,
yes,
shit. Blood in the
building.
The Godfather is in the building. If they missed it, they knew the requirements point blank. There it is.
There it
is.
It's got to be available.
It's academic. It's like you hit someone low 2 times and the ref says, yo, look, I'm warning you. Don't do it. And then you do it another 2. All right, I'll give you an example of that. You remember John Ruiz versus Kirk Johnson? That was stopped because of excessive low blows. I mean, you're going to have to think. I think they aired that on HBO a long time ago.
Well, I don't even remember the fight. Was that like the Galata fight with all the low blows?
It was, Ruiz had the belt, and he was defending his belt. He fought Kirk Bubba Johnson, and he started kicking Johnson's ass, believe it or not. And Johnson hit him low like one too many times, and the ref gave him so many warnings. Last time he did it, the ref was like, yo, I got to stop the fight. I done gave you like 500 warnings. You know what I mean? So he stopped the fight. So it was academic. That was the word they used on the broadcast. It was academic. He was warned several times. So, the Charlos.
I want to give everybody a chance to chime in, and we can talk over the comments, and then when we see something interesting, we can chop it up. Since most of the time we're not happy with who Canelo fights, and he's supposed to be the face of boxing and all this shit. Who should he fight next? Should he fight Charlo? Should he fight Andrade?
Everybody wants Charlo.
Should he fight Billy Joe? Should he fight the top 3 at 168? I'll tell you right now is Callum Smith, Chris Eubank Jr., who's trash, and Billy Joe Saunders. And then at light heavy, you got Bivol, you got Better Beef, you got Eliter Alvarez or Gilberto Ramirez or Alexander Vostok. There's more to choose from at 175. I think someone like Beterbiev or Bivol could really hurt Canelo if he's smart. And he has been smart. That's probably the best part of his game is being smart. He'll stay away from that. Callum Smith, I would like to see. Billy Joe Saunders, I'd like to see. And if I go down to middleweight, I think that the Golovkin thing is past its prime. I think he's got other problems. I think a rematch with Derevinchenko, which I went to the fight. A lot of people split on that fight. I think he still has that problem. I think
Eubanks is 160 now?
No, he's not. BoxRec's always wrong, so what the fuck do I know? You know what? Because I think he has a fight coming up. I'll tell you right now.
I didn't know that. Mahar Nation was good. Yeah, Cali. Yeah. All Manny did was catch weights, man. This is the thing, man.
He's going. No, Canelo's so much worse with the catch weights. He's going back down to middleweight to fight Matt Korobov, the one that gave Charlo all the trouble. In his one of his.
Cali said it was VADA testing, and they took the test the next day. He took the test the next day.
Yeah, no, I know he tested afterwards. I know he did, but you just got to be available.
He said it's at 160. H-Con said it's at 160.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I hope Korobov fucks him up. Chris Eubank is a waste of time. He's a fucking waste of time.
Ronald Finkley said that he's gonna choose Caleb Plant. That's what he feels. So you're gonna choose Caleb Plant.
Here, he's ranked 10th. I like another website for rankings.
BoxRec be fucking bugging.
Yeah, there's a better site for rankings. So because everybody's getting annoyed now. They said he's gonna fight who? Caleb Plant.
Well, yeah,
All right. So he's got the belt at IBF, right? That's fine. And there's going to be a rehydration for that. But you know what? When you're the champ at the IBF and you have fought before for the IBF, you're used to that. So there'll be no fuckery with that with Canelo. That's the rule. You know what I mean?
Is it really? How many rules we've seen
Canelo
get
has.
broken?
So what's going to change it from 10 to 5?
You never know, man.
But
154. I was laughing with Nate
is,
with this earlier. The 154 division exists because of fucking Sugar Ray Leonard. A whole division because of him.
This is why you have to say, fuck you, dude. The rule is the rule. You're not above the IBF. People are not above the rules.
We'll give you $12 million.
12 million and another drink.
Yeah.
Nah, but you know what? Look, I would say, fuck you, give me 10. 10's enough. It's just more tax money, man. My job's based on commission. When I go over a certain amount, it's like I might as well not even bother. Imagine what it is at $10 million.
Yo, look what Donald said. Look what Donald said. You bring your piss. I'm at the bottom.
There'll be a lot of alcohol on that piss. That piss might have a little less alcohol than mine. Yeah, but like I like the fight with Caleb Plant at 68. You know, I don't mind that.
I don't mind that. I don't mind Billy Ho Saunders.
Billy Ho got the WBO. IBF is Caleb Plant. The WBA is Callum Smith. I don't care if Canelo thinks Canelo and his fucking regular belt can kiss my ass. And David Benavidez has the WBC. And you know what? There's a little Mexican clash right there. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
H-Con said Charlo versus Eubanks would be a big promotion.
I know he'll choose because he's ranked by the WBC at 168. I know he's going to choose. You ready, everybody?
Oh.
I'm going to log off after this because everybody's going to hate me. David Lemieux.
Don't.
David.
No. And you know what? He'll do that. He'll do that. He'll do it. He'll do it.
Rocky Fielder. Don't put it past him, bro.
He'll do it. Y'all heard it here, right? Y'all heard it here, right? David Lemieux is not beyond the scope of reason.
Canelo against David Lemieux. For no title because he doesn't have one. But he's ranked with the WBC. This way Canelo can get his name on the list of the WBC at 168 and then move up and then wait for David Benavidez to turn 67 years old before he fights him.
If he picks David Lemieux shouldn't even be in any of this conversation. But you know what?
Dude, they have him ranked third. That's the funniest part.
Third?
Ranked third on the WBC 168. This is not box track, by the way.
And you know what? They'll justify it because they'll say it'll be a filler fight just for him to stay busy.
Yeah, but you know what? When you're making $35 million,
how you staying big?
Wait. When you're making $35 million a fight and you're only fighting twice a year, there is no stay busy fight. There's no such thing. Stay busy fights were when the guys fought fucking 5 times a year. And you plugged one in here and you one in there and you had 3 mega bouts and then you fought, Jimmy the cab driver in June and then another cab driver in October so you can have your big bout in December.
Hey, yo, who the fuck is Miguel Salas? Somebody shoot him.
I didn't see it.
Somebody, fuck. Why isn't Cali wrenched up? Somebody blick that motherfucker off. Shoot him in the head.
Wait, is he mad at me or you?
No, we're morons, according to him.
No, put him on camera. Okay, good. Put him on camera.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
Send him a link.
Spawn Jacobs got whooped and hydrated. All right, Miguel Salas.
Miguel's mad because we're talking about Canelo.
Miguel Salas. Let me show what he said, though. Wow, more haters. This motherfucker got a goddamn. First of all,
did he oil up? Did he oil up for Canelo?
Yeah. He's, this motherfucker's putting selfie pictures on it. God damn, you're gay, dude. Miguel Salas. Fuck Canelo. I ain't asked you to be here. I don't fucking know you. All right. So fuck Canelo. How about that? How about that? Fuck Canelo. I'm calling him out on the bullshit. Because I bet you when Floyd was fighting, you was running around talking about who he should have fought and how he was ducking.
Same shit.
I bet you was talking that bullshit,
Same
wasn't you?
shit.
Wasn't you?
Same
and
shit.
And I bet while you was oiled up and swearing that he was gonna clock Floyd, and Floyd outclassed him. Right? Ain't that right, Mr. Solace? Soul ass. Fuck you talking about? Your man lost. One of his best wins was an L by TBE. See, now I'm going to troll this clown. TBE. All right? When you see a loss on Canelo's record, you know who did it? Go to BoxRec. You know who did it.
By the way, a draw is a blemish.
Thank you. A draw is a blemish, my man.
And that draw blemish, that's a reminder that you lost that fight. He lost to Golovkin. And he probably lost, in my eyes, to Austin Trout. And some people make the argument for Lara. So, I mean, you're sitting on 4 possible losses. Instead, he's got 1, a gift draw, and 2 possible gift wins. And then the second fight with Golovkin could have went either way. That probably should have been a draw. And then don't forget, Amir Khan gave your boy trouble for 3 rounds.
He did. Which is why he'll never fight. Which is why he'll never fight. And I repeat, he will never fight Billy Joe Saunders. Which is why Callie's absolutely right. Which is why I'm gonna put up what he said. Read what my man Callie said. He won't do that.
You know what? I hope that's the fight though, because I like Caleb Plant's whole story, man.
Yep.
And you know what? If they're smart, you know what? You have so much faith in yourself. That's the fight you sell. That's the fight you sell, because you can make something out of Caleb Plant. What are you making out of Kovalev? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But guess
you know
what?
You know what's funny? This motherfucking Miguel Salas.
He looks just like Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, that's probably his boyfriend. Yo, you know what's funny? You know why he popped up here? Because I put Canelo's name in the motherfucking title.
Why, yeah. He just did a search and he saw a live feed, and you know.
Jesus Christ, man. Yo, you part of the Canelo police?
Wait, but Eric, remember, haters are people too. And they're subscribers.
Yeah. So thanks for the hate. But you just got shot in your face, though. You got shot in your face.
A lot of Howard Stern listeners are haters, but they listen. They still listen.
They want to see what he says next. So here's what
I got into an argument this week on Facebook.
Fuck Canelo with a lit flare right in the poop chute. 35 million to fight another Caleb. Caleb Liam.
I like that fight.
Fuck that, man.
Well, remember, Callum Smith is Liam Smith's brother. You could make a story out of that too.
They're related?
There's 5 Smiths. There's 5 of them. They're all box.
They're all related?
Yeah.
They come from the same cunt?
They all come from the same bloody cunt.
Oh God. Cold blimey, mate. This cunt's funnier than Benny Hill.
That's another reason why you can, you don't have to sell the fight. You know, people are going to subscribe, they subscribe. But, you know, you want to get people interested. And there's a story there. He wants to avenge his brother's loss. Because Liam Smith was undefeated when he fought Canelo, I'm pretty sure.
Read that.
There's a story there. The Caleb Plant thing is
Read that. Yep. Yo, nothing's impossible. H. Khan, nothing's impossible.
I saw that. I saw his name up there too. And I saw his name not on BoxRec. I saw it.
Nothing's impossible.
On BoxRec, they don't even have that guy ranked that high, so maybe they did something right. What's his name? John Ryder?
Yeah. H-Con College, you said Salas got kicked off of.
No.
He got kicked off many times.
Give Marcus Brown a chance. Give Joe Smith Jr. a chance. Maybe he'll fight Sullivan Barrera. Or maybe, here's a big one. Drag back, out of retirement, let's drag out Chad Dawson. That used to be a name.
Oh, shit, man.
I'm sure he's like, I'm sure, wait.
He's right
let me
up
check
the road in Connecticut, man.
Oh, dude, he's 37. He's perfect age.
Yeah. Oh, see, there it is. There it is.
That's the age that Canelo dates. I mean, fights.
Oh my God. Yeah, Callie, I agree, man. Canelo whoops Caleb Smith's ass.
So let's get back to the topic at hand. I mean, we talked about the fight, and you really wanted to go in on, and I made this analogy with you on the phone. You couldn't stop laughing, so I'll use it again. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the legacy padding, boxing in general, it has context. When you fight someone counts almost more than, if you fight them. Almost. You got to fight them. But when you fight them counts almost as much. Am I wrong?
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. So read that.
Call Froch. Froch might fuck him up.
Give you $12 million.
$12 million.
Yeah.
So if when you fight someone counts as much, does it? If you fuck Pam Addison when she was 55, does it count as much as when she was 25? No, right?
I'll whoop Larry Holmes' ass right now.
I forgot what movie it was. I think it was Naked Gun 2 or 33 1/3, and Raquel Welch is in the movie, and Raquel Welch was like a dime back in the days. And she still looked good for like a 70-year-old, but still, she was 70. Now, you could say you hit that, but wouldn't you rather say you hit it when she was 30 than when she was 70? This is what Canelo does. He puts all these names on his resume, and it looks nice. Like, oh my God, he beat Shane Mosley? Yeah, pay attention, buddy. Mm-hmm. Shane Mosley was already slurring and stuttering and like half in the coffin.
Sure was.
So that's my problem with him. Like I said, I'm not making a big deal out of this fight. Guys need to turn down the money. So, you know what? Give me a little less, but I want to fight on my terms or our terms, not your terms. Guys need to start, because look at it this way. If Kovalev won, if Kovalev said, fuck you in the rehydration, fuck you, I'm not fighting on November 2nd. Give me to December 2nd. I want to fight. I need a month because I need to recover and come in with a real game plan instead of that bullshit.
Right.
If he would have won, if you stop looking at the short money because you're getting all this $12 million right now, what if that led? What if a win? What if you took $8 million or $9 million and you got the fight on your terms? And what if you won and that led to more money down the road? Now what you got? You got a loss. You got no belt. You look like a bum half the fight. Mm-hmm. And what do you got? You got nothing. Sometimes the win over that big guy, that big name, counts so much more than money because it leads to more money. And that's what these guys got to think about. They got to, you know what? Go ahead.
Victor Payan, I think you're missing what we're saying. I really think you're missing what we're saying. What we're talking about.
I don't even know what he's saying.
Not what he's beefing with H-Con, but okay. Listen, what we're saying is, our point is Canelo is jumping around doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. We jokingly said, I don't know if he was here about maybe 10 minutes ago, he could resurrect David Lemieux and fight him. And his fans will accept that.
He's ranked third.
That's what I'm saying, but he'll resurrect it and it'll be okay with y'all. But it's David Lemieux. For what?
That's the problem.
That's the problem. That's the problem. So he could fight Ryder. Fine. Caleb Smith. Look, I'm sorry. See, I'm getting angry.
Callum Smith.
Callum Smith. You said, what did he say? Let me put this back up here. Could have sworn some idiot said Canelo would fight John Ryder and bagged on him when Callum Smith is fighting John Ryder next.
We're not talking about next.
What weight is John Ryder? What weight is John Ryder?
I believe he's at
68. With
right?
With
no, is it 75? Let me see. No, it's 68. It's 68.
It's 68.
Right.
Right? So what weight can we say Canelo is at officially?
Yeah.
He could do what he want. This is what the fucking conversation is about.
You know why he can do what he want? Because he's the franchise champion.
We'll give you $12 million.
Yeah. Somebody give Solace $12 million to go away.
What's this dude saying? Wait, hold on.
John Ryder's ranked 5th by the WBC, while David Lemieux is ranked 3rd.
Oh, Callie, don't tell me that. Callie, don't tell me that.
I'm not shocked by that. That's Golovkin leftovers. That's Billy Joe Saunders leftovers.
He's gonna get full credit for that. He's gonna get full $35 million on that night for that. You gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. That'll happen. That'll happen. That'll dead ass. That'll happen. You gotta be kidding me. It'll add to his legacy. When you look on it, everyone knows who David Lemieux is. Everyone knows who he is. Oh my God, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, because he was an old Golden Boy fighter. That's why. If I was Canelo, I would never get rid of Oscar. Where the hell is Dave Lemieux's not even? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong shit. That's why.
I'm gonna let that rock, man. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy.
What? That he's gonna fight?
No, this
what?
is.
Nobody's surprised, bro. Nobody's surprised.
Nah, I mean, so this man got. Let me be clear. This man got 8 fights left on that DAZN deal, the D's Nuts deal.
It was 11 fights. He fought Fielding, Jacobs, and Kovalev, so he's got 8 left.
So we know a Triple G's in there. David Lemieux's gonna be in there.
I heard Oscar try to reinforce that. He's got to get Canelo to go along with it. They have some shit to patch up between them two, but shit.
It'll get patched up.
That is
Triple G
95. That is
Triple G is gonna want to marry him. He's gonna want to marry him after this, man. He's gonna want like a wedding reception and all that colorful shit, man. He really wants.
Keep waiting. You can't make Golovkin wait almost 3 years.
Yo, listen. By the time he fights him, he's gonna knock Golovkin out this time.
Yeah, I know.
He's gonna knock him out.
I really wish it would be the other way around, but he's done a good job of waiting him out, and then the drug suspension, and you know, and like we didn't even go over that. We didn't bring like all the fuckery we named. I actually forgot about the drugs.
Go into it. Let's go. That's why we're here. Let's go. So
I remember really digging deep when all that came up, and there was a post from like one of the Olympic committees, and they had like those maybe some skiers or soccer players or whoever that got caught on the same thing, and they all, you know, oh, we ate bad meat. They all come up with the same bullshit excuse, right? Not all of them were from Mexico. I don't, you know, I guess Canelo, you know, conveniently from Mexico, he could say, well, look where I was from. I was eating street tacos. You can't have all that money and be eating street tacos. Yeah, I would have a motherfucker in my house making my own tacos, cook for me in my house.
Right.
So
how much of a cow would he have to eat to have that amount of levels in this goddamn?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. They said that, you know, that some of the levels that these guys had, you know, or the level of clenbuterol that Canelo had in his system compared to some of the people that were caught by the Olympic Committee for over the span of years, where there were Olympians caught and they had, 200 milligrams in their system or this or that. There were people saying that the amount of clenbuterol in Canelo's system, he would have had to eat. He would sprinkle it on an entire cow and eat a cow, the whole fucking cow, to have that much clenbuterol in his system.
So he's a liar.
Oh God, yes.
See, all right. And people ask me what my problem with Canelo is.
This is the face of the sport. This is the guy that the WBC wants the face of their franchise champion. This is, dude.
Victor. Hold on, Victor. I'm not trying to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to come for you, but clenbuterol. It only cut. No. First of all, let's deal with the facts.
Forget what it does. It's illegal. It doesn't matter what it does.
That's my point. We was just on here 5 minutes ago saying, okay, the Charlos, they were at the ESPYs. That's their excuse for not being where they were supposed to be for the random drug testing. Okay, they weren't somewhere with a needle in their arm, but the rules are the rules. It's academic. Right. It's academic. Fuck everything else. Clenbuterol
boosts your stamina. It helps.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
It boosts your stamina, so you're able to cut fat. It doesn't cut fat for you. It boosts your stamina. And Canelo had stamina issues.
Yeah.
And it helped. And it helped him cut weight. And it helped him cut weight. He's a boxer, and what do? They cut weight. So it was serving two purposes. It's for people with asthma that can't breathe. It helps. It opens up your lung capacity.
It's on the ban list. Let's start there. Okay.
It does several things.
I have high blood pressure. If I was training for a fight and they said, "What meds am I on?"
High blood pressure because you keep talking about Canelo.
Thank you. My head's gonna pop. Fatality. Yo, I would have to list that. Remember Ortiz? How he fucked up the first time with Wilder? He failed to list his blood pressure medication. It's academic. Now, was he cheating? We don't know, but did he not pop dirty in the past? So we had reasonable cause to believe that he may have been cheating. Oh, God. All right.
I'm still here, Eric. I'm just answering the text.
No. All right. But clenbuterol isn't a steroid. I don't give a damn for Canelo or guys that fight. They ain't paying my shit, but these are the facts. Vic, it's on the banned substance list. It's on the list. Why was he taking it? Why was he taking it?
No. This is why you have high blood pressure and I don't. This is what you tell people like Victor. Believe whatever the fuck you want. Doesn't matter. What matters is he failed the fucking drug test.
Boom.
Sorry. And he should have got more than 6 months. He should have. Wait, by the way, how long is Jarrell Big Baby Miller suspended for? How long did he get suspended for?
Like a fucking year or something crazy like that?
How did he get a year? How did he get a year and Canelo only got 6 months?
Oh, wait. Let me make some shit up.
And this is the problem with boxing, and this is why it should have been a year, because Canelo didn't fight in May, and he ended up fighting Golovkin in September. And what does he do to make up for the fight that he didn't have in May? He fought Rocky Fielding in December, and that's how you hit them in the pocket and stop them from cheating. Is you got to make the suspensions longer, because it's not like baseball where they're playing every day and you're going to suspend them 50 games. It doesn't work like that. They fight when they want to fight. So if he wants to fight 2 months after fighting Golovkin in September, and he wants to fight in November or December, which he did, he just made up for the money he lost. And that's why the suspensions have to be, because imagine he didn't get paid for an entire. Imagine he couldn't fight again until the following March. Oh well. Don't do drugs.
And check this out.
Don't do fucking drugs.
Big Baby was on 3 days. It's like every day I cut on the computer, he was popping dirty for something else. He was on some shit. He was trying to go in there and kill AJ. Now, I'm not an AJ fan at all, but the shit that he got caught with, I was like, yo, he was trying to kill him, man. Come on, dogs. You can't do that.
Callie, Mauricio Suleiman is a shill for Canelo. He wants him as the face of his franchise, the WBC. So
That's it.
I don't listen to anything they say because they're always going to back Canelo. They wouldn't have done what they did. They wouldn't have made him a franchise champion if they didn't want to suck his dick.
Oh God, Victor. God. Victor,
whatever.
Victor, man.
You know what? Whatever.
Victor, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, Victor? Can I ask you a question, Victor? If you work, all right, I don't know if you're unemployed or employed or whatever. I know at my job, they random us, because we operate machinery. They don't need no one high and fucked up operating,
Me too.
Commercial vehicles. So if they said, don't drink Gatorade because it'll come up tainted, and we're telling you this, for as long as you work with us, you can't drink Gatorade. Gatorade's
not illegal, but if they tell you can't drink it,
they tell you can't drink it, you're not supposed to have it. So then you get randomed 2 years down the road. Now everyone has been drinking orange juice, apple juice, Powerade, but your dumb ass been drinking Gatorade all this time.
Let him believe what he wants. He
you
got suspended. He failed the fucking drug test. That's all that matters.
You fail, and you say, well, the Gatorade it does nothing but rehydrate you. They say, but it's on our list. You're not supposed to have it. So I don't give a fuck what you're saying. What are the rules? What are the rules? I'll give you another example. My first time on the West Coast, I'm standing on a block. I forget where I was. I was somewhere in LA. I dart across the street.
Oh my God. I have stories about this.
Street, right? Don't ask me where this fucking cop came from. He fell out the sky. Whoa. I'm like, oh shit, this is LAPD. I don't fuck with them. It's different out here. He says, no, put your hands down. You're all right. He says, you know what I'm stopping you for, right? I'm like, no. He said, say that again. I said, I ain't say nothing. I'm not trying. I just said no. He says, no. He says, I'm listening. He said, you're not from here, are you? I said, nah. He said, no. He said, you from New York? I said, yes. He said, let me tell you how it works out here. When you want to cross the street, go to the crosswalk. You the only dude that ran. And I noticed that when I was running across the street, I said, I'm the only motherfucker out here doing this. What the fuck?
No. I got a better story. I was with my wife. We were in Santa Monica. We were crossing the street, and we got to the middle where the yellow line is, two-way street. We get to the middle, and we were going to walk to the beach. And I was like, you know what? Let's go back to the parking garage. Let's grab the car, and we'll drive over there, and then we can leave straight from the beach to go back to her brother's house. In the middle of the street, the light changes, right? Now the light's red. And we turned around. We started walking back. There was a cop. There was not one car on the street. There was a cop down the block on a motorcycle. He made a U-turn and came back, and he was going to write both of us a ticket. My wife didn't have her ID on her. And I gave him my ID, and he's looking at it, and he's going through this whole thing about jaywalking. They're cracking down all over America. And I was like, yo, have you ever been to New York? And he said, no. And I said, go to New York and tell me how much they're cracking down on jaywalking. And he kind of looked at me. He put up a little bit of a fight, and then he gave me back my license, and he said, watch how you cross the street. And I said, just for the record, I want to know how much the ticket was. And he said $77 for jail. And I was like, it's funny because I would have never paid that because I don't live here. Fuck you. Anyway.
You see what I mean?
I gotta bounce.
All right.
We've been on for what? Almost an hour and 20. Victor. Take care, Victor. And stop doing drugs.
Victor, chill, Vic. Yo, Dre, I got you next live. I'm sorry, brother. I'm on the other screen. I got a bunch of things going on. My daughter running around in the background. It's crazy over here. I got you next live.
This was fun. I would definitely want to do this again. I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, man. Yo, man. Listen, man. Thank you guys for showing up. This was random. You know what I mean? Yep. I know BFTB's on, and I normally don't do this, but I've been trying to catch up with Joey for a long time, man. I just said, let's just do it now because I don't know when the next time I have more. But
we'll try to do it when we don't clash with one of the other guys on the channel.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, guys, thank you. Smash the like button. I am Drew Titan. That's Joey Kidd. Know what I mean? So
Peace out.
shout out to the entire LDBC. Yo, we love y'all, man. Peace.